Seeing the number of stalls around the perimeter of the school building surprises me. Ah! Classes must have opted to have multiple stalls.
Just see some random kid walking around going, ah!
Another one!
Welcome back.
Hi. We're gonna go get some fried food.
Yeah! That's the best thing to do.
Or takoyaki.
I'm going to look up what takoyaki is. You go ahead and keep reading.
Okay. Is it fried?
I'm assuming it is.
After buying a plastic plate of takoyaki from a stall belonging to the class next to ours, I take a seat in the school gardens and watch people pass as I tentatively nibble away at the rather bland-tasting item. Well, it's bland.
Yeah, okay. Takoyaki is a ball-shaped Japanese snack made of wheat flour-based batter and cooked in a special molded pan. It is typically filled with minced or diced octopus, tempura scraps, pickled ginger, and green onion.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good at all.
I guess I should complain. It's better than nothing and didn't cost much. Is it like the little rice ball?
Yeah, but it's like fried dough over octopus. It's like Hush Puppies with octopus.
Okay. Well, all right. I'd give it a try, but I
Yeah,
probably
I
wouldn't
guess.
like it. As I look out towards the school, watching the people coming and going proves a surprisingly entertaining way of passing the time as I eat. There goes another one. There's another one.
People.
She's got a red shirt on. Gotta punch someone in the shoulder.
What?
A little.
Is that a thing?
No, like a car game. I don't know. My mind is.
If we're ever outside and someone in red passes us, I'm gonna run from you.
Little children accompanied by parents or grandparents, or great-grandparents, scamper about in the din from event to event, one hand dragging their company and the other bearing an oversized, colorful snack.
I just realized that I said if we're ever outside. Like, that just goes to show how little we go outside, especially together.
If we ever have to go to that shithole.
Yeah, fuck that.
I can't help but notice the age range among the people here is skewed towards the elderly, something that I'd also noticed when I was walking around town. There's freaking old people everywhere. This must be one of those towns where the only people left are those that lived here their whole lives and ardently refuse to leave, and those wanting to live out the rest of their days in one of the increasingly few tranquil places.
Oh God, you're in Florida.
Could you be more depressing right now? I guess that also goes a way to explaining how conservative Yamaku's school culture seems to be. Alright, not that I mind one bit. I kind of like how calm Yamaku and its surrounding areas are as I scan in my panoramic view.
Right.
The heat, though, is another matter entirely. Sitting in one place for so long has focused my mind on how annoyingly humid it's getting. Now that the hottest part of the day is here.
Ugh, I hate sweating.
I'd get moving if the sound of the so that was very enthusiastic.
Yeah. I totally believed it.
I'm sorry, I meant gah. The
There you
sound
go.
of the
Your neighbor's there.
Carolyn bells takes me completely by surprise as I stand up. A reaction shared by a few of the people strolling around as well. The PA system crackles to life after the tolling bells end. How poetic. Its age shows as the principal makes a barely intelligible announcement over it, officially opening the festival that's very much in full swing. Okay. It's a character from Charlie Brown. Peanuts.
Yeah, he is a teacher.
Yeah.
Well, principal.
It's quite amusing to contrast the pleasant smiles of the older folk against the alternatively pained and bored grimaces of their younger charges. What?
I don't know.
The students.
Can we play a different character?
Yes, please. Can I just type in my own? Can this be a text-based adventure, please? The students, on the other hand, seem to pay it little heed.
We're not very creative, though. We'd just be like, trees. Trees are cool.
Yeah.
Look at that lamppost.
Yeah. Describe the scene you see before you.
Trees.
The trees are nice. Seems pretty boring, but it looks like a nice day. You always get like the dumbest girl.
There is what is that one game called? Like Doodle Date or something like that just came out?
Oh, yeah.
You like draw everything?
Draw your own.
Yeah. Should try that sometime.
Okay.
We're kind of in the middle of a visual novel, though, so.
Yeah, well, Nevertheless, as the address finally ends, all are united in polite, if not overly enthusiastic, applause, and then get back to business.
Who applauds a PA system? Bunch of fucking
Especially
weirdos.
When you don't even understand.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah! Slipping a hand in my pocket to look as relaxed as possible and as cool, I casually glance around for something to do. It's somewhat difficult to see very far with all the people around. I decide to fall back on a tried and trusted rule. Go where everyone else seems to be gathering. That is the exact opposite of
Yeah,
my
I
rule.
would never do that.
Right now, that's the school courtyard and surroundings.
What's going on over here?
Throwing the used plate into a trash can, I make my way towards the school building. Seeing the number of stalls around the perimeter of the school building surprises me. Quite a few of the classes must have opted to have multiple stalls.
Just see some random kid walking around going,
Another one! Deciding which to visit first, I catch sight of a familiar banner with a blue patterned border and red text. Lilly's stall is as good a place to start as any. I'm curious as to how it's going, after all of the work she and her class have been doing for it. Stepping up to it, I begin to see why the class took so long to organize everything. Coca-Cola?
oh my god!
We can't have that here. Hide it.
We're gonna get sued!
Or endorsed.
Hey.
Easily, twice, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Twice as
yeah.
much. Hey, remember when
We're
we
gonna
let
get a
that...
sponsorship deal for one of the most giant corporations.
Remember when we put our name into that VN like 6 years ago? There's some people doing it right now, and they talked about us.
They didn't put their name in that.
There's not enough people
Someone
talking
Google
about
image
Coke.
searched.
Oh, so it's their fault, not ours.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Whew. Lawsuit averted.
Right.
Easily twice as wide as many of the other stalls, and with equipment for cooking strewn everywhere, it's closer to an outdoor restaurant than a festival event. As a student in front of me takes a bowl of noodles and leaves, I walk
You
up
have
to
to
the
pay
counter.
for that?
The girl behind it seems quite exasperated and asks me to wait a moment before she disappears underneath the counter. Hold on!
She's going out of her way to avoid you.
Yeah. Seizing the moment, I take a quick glance around. Where'd she go?
Steal everything I can.
Steam seems to be rising from everywhere as pots and pans simmer away. The most blind of the students are unpacking ingredients.
Do they stand in order of blindness? How do you know?
Are unpacking ingredients while being helped by someone who is on the lower end of the blindness scale, who is probably the teacher of 3-2. It doesn't take long to notice Lilly among them, talking with the teacher, as she quickly counts out the boxes and packets with her fingers. From her expression, and the fact that both she and the teacher seem to be in a state of mild confusion, it appears that there's been some problem in coordination. Uh-oh.
What, have they never done this before?
Before I can stare any longer, the girl behind the counter pops up again, scares the shit out of me, only to look back and ask where the spare change box is. Oh, God. What have you done? Lilly pauses for a moment before she and the girl switch places at the counter, and the teacher quickly walks off somewhere.
They're just like wandering aimlessly. No one knows where they are. Sorry about that. We're having a few problems. What would you like?
I don't know. It takes me a second to remember what I had come here for. My eyes quickly dart to the side and read the menu sitting on the counter. Oh, I guess some miso soup?
Ah, is that Hisao?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No.
Looks like you're pretty busy.
Smooth.
Her face all but confirms it as she drops her waitress facade.
Somewhere along the line, our order got mixed up. We're trying to fix it now, but it looks like we only have half of what we needed.
Oh my god, that's horrible. Wouldn't serving smaller portions cover over the problem?
Don't be cheap.
If you want to rip people off.
Yeah, it seems like that's what we'll have to do, though I wish we didn't. The fact that a good half of our class is gone doesn't help either.
I glance behind her to see how many people are actually operating the stall. It couldn't be over about 8.
Jesus, how many people do you need for that?
Take it that's why your teacher left?
That's right. She's going to try and round up a few more of our classmates to help.
I'd say that's how many people are like in a normal restaurant.
Right! How many cooks do you need?
Hearing the sound of footsteps behind me, I stealthily glance backwards to see an elderly couple taking a place in the line. I guess I'd better stop loitering around, or screw them, I don't care.
Whatever. They'll be dead soon. They can wait.
Here's the money for the soup.
Soup. Oh, right. Coming right up.
I had just ordered it. Lilly turns and calls for a bowl of miso soup as I hand over the money for it. So I don't only have to pay you half the amount then?
Right.
Taking the coins in her palm, I can't help but notice how effectively she counts them out with her long, pale fingers.
I should have brought my buttons.
Eventually, satisfied that I've handed over correct change, she puts it into a small metal tray. It isn't long before the soup is made and carefully handed to her, after which she turns and subsequently passes it to me.
Catch! Eating soup outside? That's
yeah.
Weird.
Sit down on a bench. Thanks, I'll come back to drop off the bowl.
Seems inconvenient. Thank you, Hisao. Oh, there's one other thing. Have you seen Hanako?
Hanako, no. Hanako, no. Not today. Why? She gives a small sigh of abject disappointment.
It's okay. I was just wondering what she was doing for the festival.
That's what I asked her.
You'll come back when you're done, then.
Sure. I'll keep an eye out for Hanako, too.
Thank you, Hisao.
You're welcome. I walk off from the stall and find a seat, since I'm having a bowl of soup and need to sit down.
Right.
Carefully cradling the steaming wooden bowl in both hands. Just walking around with hot soup.
Yeah.
Surely you won't bump into anybody.
Right. Don't get scared by any stalls.
Compared to the dumplings from before, this is quite nice. A little cool compared to what it probably should be. Ugh,
I want a refund.
perhaps, but the flavor is enough to cover for that reasonably well. As I drink, I can't help but feel somewhat... that threw me off. I guess, technically, yeah, you drink soup. Can't help but feel somewhat guilty for not being as involved in the festival as the others.
You've been here like 3 days.
It can't really be helped, considering I was dropped into the school only a week ago. Yeah, I can't expect too much from me, but it still weighs heavily on my mind.
I did the banner. Get off my back, me.
That and the fact that a few students don't really seem to be enjoying the festival as much as the visitors. Eventually, I finish my bowl and leave for the stall to drop it off. Considering that there seems to be no line at all, I take my time walking up. What? It seems the teacher's mission paid off. There are now over a dozen students helping, and much of the unpacking has been done.
Half of them aren't even students, they just can't tell.
Despite most of them seeming quite relaxed as they work, Lilly still appears to be somewhat stressed. Lilly doesn't look impressed at all, or that's just her normal face.
Right.
And I can't really blame her. I mean, look at me. On top of her issues.
She can't.
She can't. With her stall, she still seems to be worried about Hanako. They never seem to be able to find each other.
No, I thought they would be like attached at the hip.
Yeah. They're just so freeform about everything. I can't really help her with the former, so I guess the only way I can help is by trying to take her mind off our shy mutual friend.
So I heard you got a sister.
Placing the bowl back on the counter, I call out to Lilly. Your sister here? Hey, Lilly. Don't worry about Hanako. I'll go find her and hang out with her, okay?
Screw you!
Sometimes he's like super in depth, and this is just like a super casual thing.
Yeah.
I'll go find her and hang out with her. I can see Lily's relief plainly written across her face.
Thanks, Hisao. And if you see anyone from my class, can you tell them to come back here, please?
Will do. Have a good one, and make sure you take a break, okay?
Yeah, just walk up to a bunch of strangers that are blind. I'm sure that won't be weird. I will if I can. See you later, Hisao.
Maybe they just couldn't... They don't know where you are.
Right. You guys need to put bells on or something.
There's like 1,000 people here. I leave Lilly in the stall and head out in search of Hanako. In a way, I feel bad for leaving her with the crowds, but even though she was clearly under pressure, I can't help but think that she is enjoying herself.
Yeah, she's probably fine.
Everyone's inside! Dude, go outside! God!
What are you doing in here?
The halls are packed with swaying crowds meandering throughout the festival. If there's one thing I know about Hanako, it's that she's not going to be anywhere near this. And with the students showing their friends and family their dorms, I doubt she'll be there either. following blind intuition. Why would you say that? It's offensive.
Can't say anything right.
I move against the grain of the crowd. Thankfully, the crowd seems to be slightly less festive than your usual festival crowd. I assume that this is out of the consideration for the student body.
This is the gloomiest festival ever.
Everyone's a ghost. As I force my way through the masses, it doesn't take long for them to thin down into nothingness. They are ghosts.
They were ghosts.
Is not surprising since I am
God.
standing before the library. And this picture again.
All right. Well, we're about to head into the library. I wonder who's going to be in here. Oh, we're in the library now. It just happened.
I may have clicked.
It's supposed to be the next episode. Spoilers.